Hey guys, and welcome to my Ursarctic deck profile. And the new spell just came out, and it's a really good card, and it makes Ursarctic like much better in my opinion. And it basically says like you discard a card and you search two two monsters from your deck, and that's really good because like you can't do anything with one of them alone. You need a target to tribute, so it's really good playing this. So if you have this card in your hand, it's like you guaranteed get to bring out one of these monsters to the field, which is great. And if you have another Ursarctic monster, then you can even use their secondary effects to pop the back row or whatever they do. You can also use that. So this is a really good card, and I think it makes the archetype much better. So this is my deck profile, obviously using Atlanteans and deep sea monsters just to combo. And every single combo I'm doing, I'll show like 3 combos after the deck profile, so make sure to watch those. And all of the combos are Nibiru proof, and the deck is also very consistent in my opinion. And I'm not sure what the format will be like when this actually comes out, so I don't have a side deck. You can just put whatever you want on the side deck, it doesn't matter. So whatever format's going on when this deck actually comes to the TCG, you just customize the side deck. Or if you're playing like pre-release or something, you just make whatever side deck you want. Doesn't matter. So this is basically my deck profile, and let's get into the combos next. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to support me and the channel. So first I wanted to show a 2-card combo just to show what the deck can actually do. So it's just Diva and Minstrel. I'll show the 1-card combos after this because 2-card combos are like more like a real duel. So for the first combo you just need Diva and Minstrel, and you just gonna go ahead and normal summon your copy of Diva, and then you can just use its effect and bring out Neptabyss from your deck. Now you can use Neptabyss and mill your copy of Dragoons to search a copy of Dragoons, and since Dragoons was sent to the grave to activate a water monster's effect, it will trigger and it will let you search the Elemental Lord. So you can also just have Elemental Lord instead of Minstrel. Either one, just search the other one that you don't have. And now you can discard Minstrel and Dragoons to rip out if your one card from your opponent's hand, and if they have Nibiru, just rip it out here. So that's amazing, and you're Nibiru proof basically. Now you can use Dragoon's effect since it was discarded, it's not once per turn, and you can search your Lapis Dragon. Now since it was added to your hand, you can summon Lapis Dragon out, and now you can make your Halqifibrax. And Halqifibrax can bring out your Deskbot from the deck. And now you can do your Auroradon combos without worrying about Nibiru. And now you can summon out your Elemental Lord. This is important because you have 5 waters in the grave, and you can use its effect and rip out 2 cards from your opponent's hand. So that's really good. And now your opponent has like 2 cards in their hand. And now you can use your Elemental Lord and Deskbot to make Vermilion Dragon Mech. And you need to have this because you're not going to have space, so you need to get rid of that Elemental Lord. And you can also pop a card on the field using its effect right now if you want, but you just link it off. I know this might sound weird, but you need space. So now you use Auroradon effect and summon out your 3 tokens, and Deskbot will come back from the graveyard. And now you can use Lapis Dragon and a token to make your Savage, and Savage will equip Halqifibrax and get 2 counters on it. And now Deskbot and another token to Herald. And now use your Auroradon and tribute Herald and the other token to summon Coltwing from the deck. So now you can trigger Herald and your Coltwing. So Herald was sent to the grave, so you can search a ritual. So Coltwing will summon 2 tokens, and Herald can search your Savarus. I'm not sure how to say that, but okay. Now Deskbot effect will come back from the graveyard, and Deskbot and 2 tokens you can synchro into Prima Donna. So now you can use Prima Donna and put back the card you banished. If it was Nibiru, it's okay because you have the Savage. So even if the person Nibirus you can just remove your Savage counter and negate the Nibiru. So you're still Nibiru proof. Just give the card back to your opponent, and Now you summon Artisan from the deck. And Artisan will trigger, so you mill the top card of your deck to the graveyard. I just didn't want to do it. So mill it and bring back your Minstrel from the grave. And its effects are negated. So now use your Coltwing and Minstrel to summon your Polary. And you can use its effect to activate a Big Dipper directly from your deck. So now use your Donna and the level 1 to go into Geomathmech Magma. So that'll give your field spell a counter. And use your Polary and Magma to go into the boss monster, and that'll give another counter. So that's your end board. And during your opponent's turn, you have an additional disruption. You have your boss monster will search. When they special summon, you can search a monster using it, and you can just search depending on whatever your opponent's playing. So whatever you want to disrupt them with, so you can whatever, if you want to set something they have, you can do that, or pop a back row. And if they summon more, you can also steal a monster using the field spell, and you also have that Savage Omni negate. And you also ripped 2 cards out of their hand, and this entire thing is Nibiru proof. So that's a lot of disruptions, and that's basically the end board. So if to use that Ursarctic monster's effect, you have the ritual in your hand to tribute. So this is just the 1-card Diva combo. It's literally the exact same thing as the last one, except you don't have Minstrel. So you won't be able to rip cards out of your opponent's hand. So it's very similar to the first one, and you won't be making Vermilion Dragon Mech or anything. This is just like the classic 1-card combo. So you search Minstrel with Dragoons, and then you can just rip out Nibiru from their hand here with Minstrel's effect. And then you have Dragoons, search Lapis Dragon, and you can summon out your Lapis Dragon. So this is literally the exact same thing as last one, except you just go straight into Halqifibrax and summon out your Despot, and you don't have to go into your Vermilion Dragon Mech and do all of that. So now you go into Auroradon and summon out your 3 tokens, and that will also trigger Despot from the graveyard. So you can summon it back to the field. And now you can make your Herald and your Savage. And like I said, it's literally the last combo. It's very, very similar. So now you can use Auroradon and Tribute 2 and summon Coltwing. And then Herald and Coltwing will trigger. I would prefer using Coltwing as Chainlink 1 because it's actually important. And now you can summon out your 2 tokens and search your Savarus, or however you say it. Now you can go into Prima Donna, and you can put back the banish card. You have Savage, so you're Nibiru proof, you're good. And you summon Artisan from the deck. So Artisan, now you can mill a card and bring back Minstrel. And now you can, I don't know what to call this. It's like Excel Synchro Summoning, or whatever you call it, Dark Synchros. I'm not sure, but you just do that and summon your Polary and your boss monster, and it's the same end board, except you don't rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand. That's the only difference. And now you still have 4 other cards in your hand, and during opponent's turn you can add 1 Ursarctic monster depending on what your opponent's playing. So that's basically the 1-card combo. Let's get into the Neptabyss combo next. So now let's get into the Neptabyss combo. So Neptabyss is also a 1-card combo. So you just have to get Neptabyss onto your field. It doesn't matter how. So in my case, I just normal summoned it. And there are some other ways to get it onto the field. So use Neptabyss, mill Dragoons, and add Dragoons. And now use Dragoons effect, search Minstrel. This combo is a little different, and it's still Nibiru proof. So now you can use your Minstrel effect and rip Nibiru out of your opponent's hand. And now that'll trigger Dragoons. And Dragoons can now go and summon Lapis Dragon, and then you can go into your Crystron Halqifibrax. Now Halqifibrax will trigger, and I added Despot to my hand by mistake. You should actually special summon it, so I just do that right now. It was a mistake, I was in a hurry. So now you can go ahead and make your Auroradon and summon 3 tokens to the field. Nibiru is still banished, so you don't have to worry. And that'll trigger Despot and can come back from the graveyard. Now you can use Despot in a token to make Herald of the Arclight. And now you don't have to tribute your Herald. You can just go into Coltwing, because you're not going to make Savage in this case. You just don't have the Lapis Dragon. So now use the bot, will come back from the grave. And now you can make your Prima Donna. So, and then you give, if they have Nibiru, you can give it back, but you're safe because you have the Herald of the Arclight. So you're good. Basically, you're good. That's what I meant to say. And now you can negate Nibiru with Herald if they have it. And now Donna will summon Artisan, and Artisan will mill a card and summon back the Minstrel. So Minstrel and Coltwing can Dark Synchro into Polary. Polary will activate Dipper. I accidentally added it to my hand. And now you can go ahead and use your Donna and Artisan into Magma, and Polary you can Dark Synchro into your boss monster. So it's basically the same end board. You have an Omni Negate and all of the other stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.